You might have felt it already. Your rankings are dropping, your leads are slowing down, or maybe your competitors are just starting to show up out of nowhere. And that's not random, guys. Google just rolled out its March 2026 core algorithm update, and it's already reshuffling who wins and who disappears. But here's the problem. Most people online are just guessing and repeating the same outdated SEO advice everyone is passing around, or even blaming the algorithm updates for SEO failure without actually understanding what changed. And we're not doing any of that. We actually tested this across 30 plus real client websites, industries like lawyers, dentists, home service businesses, e-commerce brands, and even SaaS products. And what we found is actually very clear. Some websites are getting absolutely crushed, and this is true, but some websites are also skyrocketing in rankings, traffic, and leads. And real quick, if you're a business owner and you want us to actually look at your website and show you what's working and what's broken, there is a link in the description. We'll run a free audit for your website and show you exactly where you stand and how you need to position to make SEO make financial sense for your business. For now, in this video, I'm going to show you real client data from SEMrush dashboards, the exact structure that we're using across industries, and the pattern Google is clearly rewarding right now. This is not some recycled advice. This is factual evidence of what's working right now. Let me show you guys something crazy. This is one of our clients. He's a personal injury lawyer and he services one county. That's it. He's not doing anything nationwide, not even statewide. We started working with this guy in mid-December 2025, and at the time he only had 9 keywords in top 3 positions on the first page and 23 keywords 4th to 10th positions on the first page of Google. Now fast forward 3 months, top 3 rankings went from 9 to 43. First page rankings, positions 4 to 10, went from 23 to 101. But this is what most people don't even realize. Look at how many new keywords we're ranking for now compared to what they were ranking for previously. This means we didn't just improve the rankings, we expanded the entire search footprint for this business. More keywords just means more entry points into Google. More entry points turns into more traffic, and more traffic turns into more cases. And this is happening in one county. Now, here's where things get interesting, because this is not just happening to this client. We're seeing this exact pattern across different industries. Now, this is a local HVAC company. Same thing here, one service area, nothing nationwide, not some massive brand either. When we started working with them at the end of November 2025, they were ranking for 198 total keywords. Top 3, they only had 2 keywords. First page positions 4th to 10th, only 5. Now watch this, fast forward today, they rank for 609 keywords. We pretty much tripled their entire keyword count. Top 3, now we have 8. And first page rankings, 10th to 4th position, 61 keywords. But again, this is what most people miss. This isn't just ranking better. This is expanding visibility. More keywords, more searches you show up for, more entry points into Google, more calls, more jobs, more revenue. Now, we saw a personal injury lawyer before, completely different industry, same exact growth patterns we're seeing. Now, take a look at this, because this is probably one of the craziest examples that I got here. This is a roofing company. It's a local business, not some massive brand. It's not a franchise. We started working with them in May of 2025. And at the time, they were only ranking for 124 keywords total. And in top 3, they had 3 keywords. On a first page, positions 4th to 10th, only 7 keywords. Basically, almost invisible to the eye. But now watch this, because this is not just a growth. This thing took off like a space shuttle. Today, they rank for 1,947 keywords. And we didn't just double this. We didn't even triple it. We 15x their organic visibility. And top 3 rankings on a first page went from 3 to 18 keywords. First page rankings went from 7 to 208 keywords. This is not just, going after the keywords. This is a domination of search space. Now, let's talk about what this actually did for this business. In 11 months, we've generated 667 qualified roofing leads, and that turned into 93 full roof replacement jobs and 150 repair jobs. So this campaign alone produced over 2.2 million in tracked revenue. And this is all from SEO. There was no ads, no cold calls, just showing up when people are searching for relevant terms. So when people say things like SEO takes too long, or SEO doesn't work anymore, or Google is unpredictable, what I say to that is bad SEO doesn't work. Because what you saw here in these three examples across a law firm, HVAC company, and roofing company, this isn't a luck, this is a repeatable system that all three of these companies are using. But now let's look at this from the other side, because not everyone is winning right now. And let me show you something very important, because this is a business that actually reached out to me from YouTube to do an audit, and we haven't worked on the site yet, but this is exactly why they're struggling right now. And they used to rank for 93,000 keywords, and today they're down to 38,000. But here's the crazy part. Even when they had more traffic, they still weren't converting because they were ranking for the wrong traffic. This is what most people don't understand about SEO. It's not about how many keywords you rank for, it's about what those keywords actually do for your business. And this is exactly why the sites I showed you earlier are winning, because everything is built around intent, structure, and authority. So if your site is getting traffic, but it's not turning into sales, you don't have a traffic problem, you have a structure problem. And if you want, we'll break that down for your site. This is another business owner who came to us from YouTube and asked us to audit their store. And this in fact is a hair care e-commerce brand selling hair care products for women. And at first glance here, you can think that this is working. You see the traffic spikes, you see the keywords going up. You'd assume, okay, well, things are actually growing. But if you take a look closer here, this is not a stable growth. This is a volatility. You see a spike, you see a drop, you see a spike, you see a drop, and that's not a business you can actually scale. So here's what's actually happening. Google is actually testing the site. It's giving it a temporary visibility, but it's not confident in it enough for it to give it a permanent or more stable visibility. So it keeps pulling it back. And when we audited this deeper, same exact issues we were seeing. No clear niche positioning, product pages not supported by the content, no real topic authority, traffic coming from broad, low intent searches, no structure connecting pages together. So what happens is this, they get a traffic, but it doesn't convert, and eventually Google stops trusting the site. That's why you see crazy volatility. Now let's take a look at this one. This is another e-commerce brand that reached out to us from YouTube. They're selling organic supplements, and at glance, like you would think that they were actually doing great. They hit almost 30,000 monthly organic traffic, ranking over 1,300 keywords. But look what happens next here, right? So everything starts to drop. The traffic is gone, ranking shifting downwards, momentum completely killed. And this is what most people don't understand. This is not random. This is exactly what happens when your SEO is built on a wrong foundation. So what's the difference? Why are some of these businesses actually exploding while others are collapsing at the same exact time? And I'll tell you what, it's not luck, it's not a niche, it's not even an update, it's structure. Every single client I showed you across different industries, lawyers, HVAC, roofing, they all follow the same exact framework. And once we implemented this, that's when everything started compounding. This is the core framework all of our winning sites are following. It starts with a clear niche identity. We don't build general websites. Google does not reward kind of an everything anymore. You have to be very clear what you do and who you do it for. To give you a good example, a personal injury lawyer does not just talk about law. They dominate personal injury in a specific location, and that clarity alone changes how Google sees you. Number two is topic clusters, and we don't just chase random keywords. This is where most people actually mess up. We build structured topic clusters. The core pages, the ones that make you money, supporting content, which builds the authority, and emerging topics. This is where we get ahead of competition. So instead of 100 disconnected pages, with this, you now have a system, and Google loves systems. Number 3 is internal linking. This is one of the most important strategies. Everything connects. No random blog posts sitting in isolation. Every supporting page pushes authority into money pages, and everything inside a topic talks to each other. This is how you turn your content into a ranking machine. Number 4 is deep, useful content. We don't just publish some BS, no AI spam, no surface level content. Every page has a job. Answer the question better than anyone else and help the user actually make a decision. And this is what separates traffic from converting traffic. 5th here is relevant backlinks, and we don't just chase the volume or go on Fiverr or some third-party marketplaces and buy a bunch of spam backlinks. One strong relevant link is worth more than 100 random ones, and I can show you so many case studies that will prove this fact. So we focus on rich relevance. We focus on real websites and actual context, because Google doesn't just count links anymore. It understands them. Number 6 is user engagement. I feel like this is overlooked by so many SEO experts out there. We optimize for how users behave, because here's the reality. If people don't engage, you don't rank. So we look at click-through rates, time spent on a page, readability, user experience. Google is watching how people interact with your site and adjusting your rankings based on that signal. And number 7 is continuous improvement. And we don't just publish things and forget. This is where a lot of businesses actually lose. They post content and they move on, but we monitor the performance, we update pages, we expand content, we strengthen the structure that we deployed. And this is where the compounding actually happens. Once you actually put the system in place, you have to then maintain and scale that system. So when you look at the winners, it's not one trick, it's not one tactic, it's this entire system coming together and working in sync. And when you don't have something like this, that's when you get those spikes and crashes that we looked at earlier. Now let's talk about what happened with this update, because everything that I showed you is exactly what Google started to reward at scale. So Google rolled out 2 updates, spam update and a core update. And here's the thing that a lot of people are really overlooking and missing. These are not some penalties. This is Google reshuffling who actually deserves to rank. And Google did not invent anything new here. It just basically got better at filtering out all the garbage that's being displayed on their platform. So you got to look at it this way. Google is asking one question. And the question it's asking is whatever it's about to recommend to a user, is this actually a best result for the user? And user that's searching for a specific query that you're trying to go after. And if the answer is no, you're getting pushed out. What I noticed across the local businesses that actually got smacked, these are the ones actually getting destroyed right now. People that have a copy-pasted city pages, same content, different city names, fake location authority, trying to rank everywhere but not actually present, and having thin service pages, 500-word service pages, or generically created content, or something that you told ChatGPT and didn't really put much effort into, and it gave you something super general, or having spammy backlinks, or keyword stuffing practices, which is still, I don't even know why that's a thing anymore, but a lot of people are still using, again, old school SEO advice. So why is that? Because Google already knows where you are, where the user is. They have access to so much data, what a real business looks like. So if your site says, I serve everywhere. But reality says you exist nowhere, you actually lose. Now, who are the local winners? And what I'm seeing is like businesses that are hyper clear location authority. They have a real proof, photos, jobs, testimonials, deep service pages, strong internal linking, dominate one area first before they expand into other areas. Now, across the e-commerce, I've noticed these kind of stores are getting hit the most, like the stores that look the same. Supplier descriptions, you have copy-paste products, thin category pages, no brand identity to your brand, basically replaceable stores. And Google doesn't need like another 100 stores selling the same exact thing. It's asking which one is the best version. And if your store is generic, it's forgettable, it is interchangeable, you get rotated out. And you know what kind of e-com stores are the winning ones? Ones that have strong brand identity. They have better product pages. They have content that helps people buy. And real reviews plus real usage and category pages that guide decisions. Now, when it comes to content heavy or affiliate type of a websites, what I saw the biggest losers is websites that produce generic AI blogs. And Google actually looks at those kind of blogs as like a spam. You haven't put too much effort into it. And there is no real experience actually behind the content. It's some rewritten garbage or like covering pretty much everything. And right now, Google is asking, why should this site rank over Reddit, YouTube, or actual real brand? And if you don't have an answer, you're gone. The real winners are the type of websites that have real experiences, actual testing, narrow authority. They become recognizable in a niche area. And here's another big one, right? Google does not prohibit us from using an AI, but if you're going to be lazy with AI, that content's going to have a hard time for ranking. And let me be real with you, this update did not change SEO. It actually exposed the bad SEO. It removed everything that is templated, scaled, shallow, interchangeable, and overly optimized, and it rewarded real businesses. So if I had to simplify this entire update, it's not about tricks, it's about usefulness. Your pages does not just have to be good anymore, it has to be better than everything else Google can show. Now, if you got hit, don't panic. Don't just go and rewrite your whole site, delete pages, make random changes mid-update. Let the update fully finish. Then analyze the patterns, not just the one keyword. And this is exactly why everything I showed you earlier is working, because we're not trying to game Google. We're aligning with what Google actually wants. So at this point, you've seen everything. You've seen what's working. You've seen what's getting destroyed. And the truth is, most business owners don't have a traffic problem. They have a structure problem. They're publishing content, they're trying SEO, but the foundation is completely off. And that's exactly why rankings don't stick. Leads don't come in consistently, and every update feels like a gamble. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, yeah, this might be happening to my site, here's what we will do for you. We'll run a full breakdown of your website. We'll show you what's working, what's broken, and exactly what's holding your rankings back. If you want that, there is a link in the description. Go ahead and submit your information along with your site and we'll take a look. Because right now, the businesses that fix this are the ones that are going to dominate in the next 12 months.